We're here today on the How Can Your Farm Be More Efficient with or without measuring carbon workshop. We can easily call it an efficient farming workshop. And we brought together different talented speakers to talk to us today about different ways to optimize their farming system. It's really about supporting our landholders who are the center of this. For me, I believe they're our champions and they're doing great work.
Today I was talking about the opportunities with registered soil carbon projects, but the key messages really are around the importance of knowing your number with soil organic carbon concentration and it being a really important metric in every farming landscape for soil health. So it's an easy test to request at a lab and it's really important because it's linked to a lot of those metrics which underpin productivity, so around water holding capacity, nutrient cycling, soil structure and those productivity metrics.
And then also ask yourself, if I'm going to start using these things, am I willing to change? Am I willing to change my process? Am I willing to get better at it? Always ask yourself, if I could, would I? Especially in ag tech.
I've been really looking to try and get people to understand that there's a huge level of variation within their own farm environment, and that if you understand your variation, then you've got a greater opportunity to actually manipulate how you manage your grazing pressure and your stocking numbers to achieve your pasture outcomes.
Sitting out there are some calculators, one in particular that you need to have a look at through the EAP platform at Agricultural Innovations Australia, AIA. If people go and have a look at that site, they'll find there's 13 calculators there. Pick the one that you're interested in, the beef and sheep one and the cropping one. There's one for cotton, one if you grow veggies and things like that. And just learn to start working with these programs. You mightn't be using them straight away, but certainly in sort of 2 or 3 years, they're probably going to become part of your farming life. So, get into them now, grow with them, learn how to use them, and above all, don't be frightened of them. You've got all the information. It's just a matter of you might have to keep a few more records on farm or in a different way. But basically, you've got it all and be confident to use it.
And I've been out here in Dubbo today talking about opportunities for landholders to establish biodiversity stewardship agreements on their land and create credits for the biodiversity offset scheme. We're trying to support landholders to go through that process of assessing their land, looking at the biodiversity values on them and seeing whether an agreement is the right thing for them. The program helps support the upfront costs of assessment and we provide advice to landholders around how to manage the land for biodiversity conservation under the scheme.
I really enjoyed the day. As someone who comes from a different background, it was really insightful to see all the different speakers and make lots of good connections with people that I never would have met usually. It was really good to see all the speakers on a panel and have lots of different speakers talk about different things and answer all the different questions that came in.
It's an interesting space that's emerging in, I guess, the field at the moment where both scientists, researchers, industry professionals and government are coming together to kind of work towards, unlocking the potential of what resources they have on their property.
The point is you've captured the data, you can now crunch it. Now whether you do that with yourself or your consultant is entirely up to the grower. But the whole idea is that you've captured it.
Whenever we hear or we're in a room about conversations around carbon farming targets, emission targets, it always comes down to one single message: know your numbers. Measure, because you can't manage what you don't measure. And then stepping forward from knowing your numbers, what are the opportunities that you can utilize after knowing your numbers to begin to understand your system more and think about your emission profile and then the carbon sequestration part of it. So those two things, you have known your numbers, and then how can I manage those numbers?